Hello, my name is Samantha, and tonight my mom and I are watching Season 4, Episode 7 of Roswell, New Mexico. I'll have our playlists for Seasons 2, 3, and 4 linked in the description. We start each of our reaction videos with a discussion portion where we ask questions, discuss theories, but if you want to skip right ahead to the reaction, it starts at this timestamp right here. So I've got a couple of points to get into tonight. First of all, very quick, where's Gregory Maines? He was mentioned once in the first episode, and not again. So if he and Maria just are not together anymore, just tell me.
So that she can
develop
a relationship.
Yeah, okay. It seems like they've been putting her and Dallas together. Can we just confirm that they are not related? Because let's just, jump that hurdle and then we'll be good. I don't think that they are. I don't want them to be because I think they're cute together. But we need to officially say no, that is not the case. Second point about Alex. So I now fear, and this is not based on anything I actually know, but because this has taken so long, my fear now is that even if they figure out something is wrong, even if we actually see Alex, my fear is that it's going to be another few episodes until he's actually rescued and back home. I don't know why they would do that, but that's my fear. So Eduardo mentioned to Kyle that he thinks that he has tracked down Allie Myers and that he invited Kyle to go with him on a Valenti road trip to go find her. I think Sonia will join them as well, since Sonia and Eduardo have started to talk again. I don't feel like Eduardo's just going to skip town with Kyle when he could just as easily bring Sonia along with. And we are presuming, or cause I think we know, that the letter that arrived for, I think it was for Eduardo, of the clue to come to Correas, I think was from Allie. So she must know about the families to some extent. I want to know what she knows. So we had talked last episode about what Liz's reaction to finding out that Max has voluntarily given up his powers, what her reaction will be. I think what she'll be mad about is that he didn't talk to her about it first. Even if she would agree that he made a good decision, and I think she would feel you didn't even give me a chance to try to fix this. I mean, it's a separate issue from Michael needing his powers restored to Max just giving them up. I think what she's going to be mad about is that he didn't talk to her about it. The last few points are about Dallas and the memories from 47 that he had. So presumably when we see Dallas as a child in 47, I think that he remembers the home planet. Because he knows he is an alien, and he knows that home is not Earth. So I think that he knows. And Theo says to him, there may come a time when you don't remember this. So, and we know that when they put the kids in the pods, for some reason they must have purposefully set it to wipe their memories. And I'm not sure why they did that. Because we've never seen a pod do that otherwise. And it's not
why did they want the kids to start anew?
So Teska says that Theo had put his faith in a human. And I'm not sure if she knew who that human was, but it appears that it's Roy Bronson, who is also the person that Nora and Louise spent their year with. So my question is then, did Roy Bronson somehow meet two sets of aliens independently? And did Theo know about Nora and Louise and vice versa? And they just both happened to meet Roy Bronson?
I have no idea.
Or did everyone know about each other? Because, and again, like this, I don't know how much ahead they planned the show. Like, because Nora and Louise never mention, they know that Jones is out and about, but they don't mention Theo. And if Theo feels comfortable enough, I guess, to have his son out of the pod, Nora and Louise don't feel that way. And that would be, like, that's each of their own decisions to make. But, like, what are the chances that Roy Bronson meets three, like, aliens separately? And, like, did he then not know that Theo was an alien? Because I'm assuming that if he knew, he'd be like, oh my gosh, you'll never guess. I met these other two ladies. So, you know, did they know about each other when they both had their... And that's the other thing. We don't know when Theo ended up in Caulfield. Now, I can presume that Dallas was, for some reason, put back into the pod not long after we see him in 47. Because he comes out of the pod still as, like, a 7-year-old child.
In a lake.
Yes. So he couldn't have, like, grown... it couldn't have been, like, something happens in, like, 1958 or something. Like, I'm just picking a year. Because Dallas is still, like, a young kid. Does that mean that Theo also ended up in Caulfield, like, around the time that Nora did? Or maybe not. Maybe because we know he's there in the late 60s. But honestly, he could have ended up there at any point in between. So going back to how Teska mentions that Theo knew a human, whether or not she knew specifically who it was. If Teska knows that, that means that Jones knew that. Because Jones would have told her. So did Jones figure out that Nora and Louise were over here and also figured out that Theo was over here? And, like, is that... Well, because Jones is back... Louise puts Jones back in his pod before the attack on the barn when Nora gets taken. So it's not like Theo has the threat of Jones past 1948. So I'm not sure that we're getting any flashbacks to 40. Well, I mean, maybe some more with Dallas. And so presumably maybe how Theo ends up where he ends up. So yeah, I think it's kind of just the dots we have time to connect. I would like to. I think that is everything. So we are ready to get started. Oh, look who knows.
Handprint's gone. He kissed her, didn't you?
Oh, she knew. She figured it out. Of course she did.
You have to know, I mean, it was nothing romantic.
Oh, come on. No one thought that.
Was a complete lack of regard for me.
No, I did this for you.
The truth is, you were scared of embracing who you really are. And instead of finding the courage to step into the future, you threw it all away.
All very valid points.
Yeah. And like I said, she's mad that he didn't talk to her.
She is upset.
And she has every right to be like, they're coming after me, and you can, other than regular human man, you can no longer protect me. Not that, I mean, Liz can take care of herself. But that said,
he can't heal her anymore.
you just got rid of your group healer, Max. I understand why he made the decision. I understand why she's pissed.
There's got to be something, the same thing with Michael. There's got to be something that can reverse that.
I think so too. I definitely think so. Okay, given that assumption, what do we think happens in the meantime? And how thwarted does Teska think her plans are?
Well, one, I don't know what she needs Liz for.
Mm-hmm.
And if she still needs her or only needed her because she needed Max and like there was a coupling.
Right, like does not having... I don't know if it's the blue flame specifically. I don't know why it would be specifically that power, but given, okay, that she no longer has what Max can do. Okay, can she get is it possible to get the blue flame from someone else? You'd think Michael would be the next choice, but hey, his powers are gone too. But, okay, so I don't think the blue flame is something that helps get them home. I don't think that's necessary for travel. So then I think our question is, what is the alighting? And why would, because I guess I've been kind of thinking like that is something that, because they are here, will happen on Earth. But why? Why would that be the case? It seems separate to them going home. So why not just do the alighting? If that's some sort of ceremony or ritual or whatever, why not just do that back on Oasis?
Right. I think it makes
but it
more
has
sense
to be something that happens
has...
here. So maybe it's more of, maybe it is like the ceremony of Max like being fully powered up. But again, why is that strictly necessary? Why would it need to happen here? I wonder where everyone else is gonna side with, whether they agree more with Max or Liz.
Then 40 gallons of paint thinner went missing from an artist retreat outside of town.
No one has been told? Because Michael, I don't think, Michael doesn't know. Michael would confront him either way.
This is that there's some...
Gosh darn it, Max. Okay, first of all, where they were last night, like where Max and Bonnie were talking, did not look like Max's house. But, so now Bonnie is over at Michael's house?
It's a perfect time to strike.
With what?
Yeah.
Harsh language? We don't have powers.
We don't need powers to
so
do...
he does know?
He does know. Okay.
And for some reason is just choosing to be chill? Like, I guess he agrees with Max, which I sort of would have expected.
We don't know that he agrees with him.
But if he doesn't, he would have absolutely confronted him.
Well, maybe.
And I was guessing.
He did confront him.
Well, but we didn't say that.
It's a map.
Okay, I'm glad you're telling people about this.
From here to Oasis.
So he can still do that?
So I show up and I offer my services. And I give him this map as a sign that, yeah, things might have gotten thick.
He gave you the map. And also, like, what is the third thing other than a ship, which I don't think is hidden out in the desert somewhere?
Hey, you think I could catch a flight?
Oh, to see
Maybe
Rosa!
a minute out of Roswell.
Your superpower is water. So, we're going to use that as a conduit. Welcome to the hot tub.
Okay, see, is that Max's house? With that little pond thing? We have never seen that at Max's house. Is this Isabel's house?
Courtesy of Louise. She wishes y'all come to Long Farm and enjoy it with us.
So they know about each other.
Yeah, how is her project coming along?
It's almost finished. Impressive. I know you don't
Did they
want
build
to,
the ship?
but Louise wants. She says it's dangerous, especially after what happened back on Oasis with her daughter's teacher.
Kids in...
Was that Tesca, maybe? Because she's talked about being a teacher of some sort. But you'd think she'd be, like, working for Jones. And I don't know that Louise would let her daughter... I mean, unless she was, like, faking... I don't know. Okay. Yay! Finally!
Okay, now tell me, is everybody okay, Bobby? Yeah, no, Bobby's fine. Super
Cool place!
Thank you.
You gave me purpose.
Those are Jones's ashes. So I guess he got burned up.
The final piece, it's a ship, isn't it? One that my mother built?
I think it's time to explain the quandary Tesca left us to decipher.
Okay, I'm very interested in that. Where is large enough to hide a spaceship?
It's invisible, Samantha.
Well, possibly, but where do you put? Okay,
I know.
tell me, please.
In the sand, underneath the sand.
I guess.
Second place, invisible, underneath the sand.
So so. Well, I was gonna say, is Michael gonna like raise the ship like Max raised the gas truck? But guess who doesn't have powers anymore? You know how big a spaceship would have to be? Very large. With which Nora used what materials to build? Did Jones know where it was? And if he did, why wouldn't he tell all of them? But if Jones was still alive, would they need Max or even Liz?
You want to talk about why you hid the star map from the rest of us?
I
For
was
a
always going
day.
to tell you about it.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find anything here. Found some good in old land in 47.
But who could
What
have?
if he put it under someone else's name?
Yeah.
Someone Caucasian.
Someone he cared for. And trusted.
Sanders?
Walt Sanders.
Okay, so how?
I've been wanting to see him again.
His name is David Siqueiros. He worked with fractals. They're infinitely repeating, shrinking patterns.
That's
They
Liz's
are
idea
orderly,
face.
but also have chaos. Fractals. Yeah. Yeah. You guys sound like you have a lot to catch up on.
Oh,
and
come
I
on.
can't even spell, so I'm gonna catch you later.
I mean, supposedly, to be fair, Rosa doesn't know what's going on back home. And why this could be very important. But I understand why she feels like left out. So Liz came there to see her, and now she's getting distracted. Like, I get it. But I don't, come on.
Have her sit back down.
Come on. Yeah. They've been in that pool a while. Jones?
Don't move. Don't make a sound.
Where's the work you owe me?
It's almost complete. You'll have it soon.
No, I'll have it now. You got a little book you're always scribbling in your instructions.
I'll get this incomplete work to. Leave me to finish in peace if you want me to provide you with what you need.
Oh, sweet boy. So, could it be the same thing that Jones was after in that flashback from the 60s with the glass thing for his clones? Or do you think this is something separate? What the heck is going on here?
What the hell is Bronson doing with a gun on my dad?
Jesus Christ. Oh, little boy!
You killed my dad!
That's not your daddy, boy!
Teska?
You gotta get moving.
Teska out of the pod in 47, where Bronson yet again to save the day. And Teska yet again not dying when she probably should have. So how's she doing that?
Are you okay?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Is that little Isabel? That's little Isabel! This is the first time we've seen little Isabel. Oh my goodness.
They say the lakes in the national forest are bottomless. I doubt Jones will find them there.
So that explains that.
I've hidden your memories to protect you.
So that would mean that it's not at all the pod that for some reason caused the memory wipe. It's like they
purposely
locked
did
the
it.
kids' memories and then put them into pods.
Yep.
Okay.
We got that answered.
That makes more sense.
My kitchen is a little small for trio pancakes, but you can still tell me what this is about.
Yeah, come on, sister talk. Let's go.
I've been trying to be this perfectly supportive teacher and mentor and girlfriend, and then Maxie made a huge decision without me.
Yeah, he settled for 13 acres of land that wasn't even arable. Dried up aquifer, a couple of underground caves. Happy.
Underground caves,
Sounds
Mom.
like the
Underground
perfect place to hide a
caves.
spaceship.
Whoa. Buddy, that's cool. It's very, Moses parts the Red Sea, isn't it? So it's across the creek? Or he's gonna, like, put his hand in the... Oh. Come on, buddy. Don't let go of the water.
Okay,
Oh, come on now. Come on. So what's written in the book then? Well, yeah, once they can see it, you still have to translate whatever it is. So, yeah, there's that problem. In 47 and 48, Nora builds the ship. It's presumably completed. Jones then may have never had an opportunity to look for it once it was completed. Wait a minute. So you're telling me so when did Bronson purchase the land in Walt's name? Because they're not going to sell a tract of land to a 12-year-old. So, but they had to have had the land, because it seems like Sanders does not know what is there. I understand, okay, maybe you don't tell the child where you're going to bury your spaceship, whatever. But they would have had to own, I mean, I guess maybe they don't need to technically own the land before they, put the ship in the underground cave. But at some point, they have to then make sure that they either then acquire the land officially afterwards or have the land and then put the ship there. But that doesn't give them a lot of time to do that in Walt's name. You know what I'm saying? So we're also most of the way through. It's called Dig Me Out. I don't think anyone is digging Alex out. I think it's maybe digging out memories, which you gave me a little bit of hope when I saw the episode title, and then I think you're just taking it away. All right.
As for Senora Slicey here, well, how often have we poked around an unknown cave and found something pleasant?
Good point.
Now, last time it was Jones.
I think the possibility of returning home, it's clouding Michael's judgment. Will the dreamer hit a map from us?
Kind of like
For
how
a
you
day.
picking up your powers from Liz?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, first of all, I don't think Michael is going to go. I understand. I have no problem with him wanting.
He's not going to go until he finds.
Well, obviously. Now, would Alex be up for a space travel trip? Maybe, but setting that aside. What exactly is Max afraid that Michael is going to mess up with being curious about home? But he was talking about, like, it's clouding Michael's judgment, which means he thinks Michael is going to make some mistake or, like, go along with Clyde when he really shouldn't, like, whatever, something like that. And I'm maybe, like,
because it's always been a dream.
Yes, and I understand that.
But he's got to now put it into perspective of his adult life.
True.
As a child.
True. Things are extremely different for him now.
Is it my dream today, even though it was my dream for so many years? So he's got to think.
Yes. Okay.
A map where no roads go is where all roads lay hidden.
So he can read it.
This feels like an ingrate trying to assert his will while I'm in a weakened state. Rest assured.
Are you?
I'm not.
That was like 4 rocks.
You still seem to be without your powers.
Don't need power, squeeze a trigger.
Ah! Fellas, okay, first of all, did no one see that coming? I mean, I didn't, but... Okay. Okay. Isabel, focus. What do you mean?
No matter. You'll know me as the last face you ever saw.
Oh, come on. Okay, okay. But she's fine?
So was her teacher.
Yeah. But that's sort of what she's already been told. Do you think it's possible, given how long Alex has been gone, that they just come across him on their way out of this cave? I mean, I want it to happen.
Some type of bondage, maybe.
Right? Like, I kind of feel like that's. I want that to happen, but I feel like it's not going to.
How did they find? I mean, the 3 of them went on a trip to find the spaceship. And what they found was Tesca.
Yeah, so far. But they also kind of knew that Tesca was probably in that area as well. And honestly, that would be a very good place to keep Alex.
So maybe Alex is in a pod.
Well, or just tied to a rock or something. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is he? Is he gonna find Alex?
Dig me out.
Alex?
Right. Cosmic quicksand? Let's see what you hear in the Gospel of Luke about this.
Is it Alex
I'm
Maines?
sorry.
Oh, Santa.
You know, I was unsure about it.
They could also be where the ship is. I'd rather they find Alex. Okay.
For a bunch of stupid reasons, but
So where is Tesca? Did they restrain her in some way? Which I don't even know if they could. They should have. I mean, can they put her in the Jones cage?
Yeah, maybe they did.
Maybe.
Well, Tesca's still out. I
Okay.
don't think she'll be very happy when she wakes up locked up.
Okay, good.
you know, Tuska said Clyde was disloyal. He knew she was going to be there, right? Which means the mission accomplished. We divided him.
Right. But
Yeah.
if Clyde really did play us and Bonnie went to distract him, I gotta warn her.
What are they afraid that Clyde did?
I rewind it.
Okay.
Right. But if Clyde really did play us and Bonnie went to distract him, I gotta warn her.
As in, Tesca knew that Clyde had given them information? And if she knew...
Where he said Clyde was playing us.
Which means lying to them.
Right.
Well, I hope
Or
Bonnie's not dead.
Bonnie.
They're not a very good triad. They're really not.
I know I've never enjoyed these walks you're inclined to take, but it got me thinking today about one's
Is he gonna
journey.
kill her?
They often...
Unless he attacks her and she ends up killing him. Which, I mean...
There's always the possibility.
Come on, Bonnie.
Mine led me to overhear an interesting discussion about deeds and spacecraft. There never was a ship to be found. Certain new friends found something compelling.
Wait, what?
I see. He's telling her
So, okay.
where he sent them. He sent them on...
I don't think that's what he's saying, though.
Well, rewind it.
Okay, okay.
There never was a ship to be found. Certain new friends found something compelling.
You wanted them to.
Okay. So he spies on them, sees that they have found the land deed, and they then assume that that's where the ship is. So he, lets them go there,
Yeah.
thinking they'll find the ship, knowing they will find Tesca.
Correct.
Okay.
And thinking that
She'll kill
Tesca
them or
will kill
whatever.
them. Right.
Okay. Okay.
You wanted them to find that house Bronson bought. Is that where Tesca is? You sent them to their doom.
Their death or hers, such matters are fated for a fiacus to decide. The greater matter was hoping your new friends would find the actual spot I was looking for. The one Teska's been so reticent to share with me.
So there is a ship? What's going on, man?
That has nothing to do with hope.
Oh, on the contrary. It's about never giving up on what you put your faith in.
He's just been a little spy all day.
It's about where the path leads the righteous. And in case you were wondering, it led us here.
Okay, that looks like the same sandy spot that Dallas was. Doesn't? Or maybe not.
Yeah.
But, so this is where the ship is?
Dallas, is it?
God damn it.
Your journey has been revelatory for us both.
I swear to God, if Dallas dies, I feel like I'm about to be very stressed.
Michael thought I was after a ship. And I was looking for something much smaller. Now those glasses and that Bible, they're the final pieces in this puzzle.
Like this is my father's work. It's not meant for you.
Toss the glasses and the Bible over to me, or she goes in.
Wait, hold on.
Goes into what?
Do this.
You want to make a deal with me, right?
Step on the glasses. He's gonna kill her. He's gonna
push her into the pit.
I'm sorry.
But what is it?
I'm sorry I frightened you.
That bastard.
And if I wanted it to come to this,
Kiss him.
But would that help?
I must take the hardest steps.
Okay, that's definitely what happened to Alex.
What the hell is wrong? Hey, I did what you asked. Save her.
You worry about her body, I saved her soul. My purpose, it dwarfs this notion of happiness. There is no greater actualization without sacrificing what one loves.
Cults really mess with people.
Me and my father, it's got nothing to do with her.
He's trying so hard.
You paid for what she did against the cause.
I think it is.
I don't think so. Okay, and you're not gonna show me Alex Maines? Okay, first of all, I don't think they're dead. I don't know what's down there, but they did not just kill Bonnie and Dallas. So,
Well, Clyde obviously believes it.
possibly. So what does he think that is? It's not, okay. It's not just a natural, like, quicksand. So it's something else. I mean, Dallas was drawn to that spot. So there's something alien going on there.
He wasn't drawn to it. He was directed there by the writings of...
Right, which means it is alien related.
That quicksand is alien related.
Yes. How is the milkshake a clue?
It's weird how your left is like this.
Flavor? What flavor is it?
Weirder still that it's bananas Foster's Ranch.
Foster's
Every
Ranch,
time
go
we try to
there!
pull it off the menu, Alex begs us not to.
Wait.
Hey, what's wrong? Oh my.
Did she say Alex? So Alex is at Foster's Ranch?
It's bananas Foster's Ranch.
Every time we try to pull it off the menu, Alex begs us not to.
That's where Alex is.
Hey, what's wrong?
Thank you, Mama
Oh my
DeLuca.
god.
Please go get
It's
it.
Alex.
Come
Come
on!
going on, Maria? Okay. All right, my mom's chicken dumpling soup is Alex's favorite. And the feather floating in the air, Alex is an airman. The song that played at the Pony was Mars Volta.
Come on.
Mars Volta is the first concert you, Alex, and I ever went to. This whole time I thought it was my mom haunting me. It was Alex.
Or your mom directing you to Alex. Because how would Alex do that? If Alex is alive and well. Which he absolutely is.
But he's not alien.
No. So how is he doing that? Maybe his piece of alien glass? Maybe he doesn't even know he's doing it.
No, they rang the bell.
Yeah.
This is purposeful.
So, okay, and especially if Alex doesn't know Maria no longer has her visions, he would reach out to her in his mind to be like, I'm not okay, come find me. These are some clues.
Why would he reach out to her?
Because she is his psychic friend. He, I don't think, knows that she doesn't have her powers anymore. So he would, of course, reach out to her. And even though, like we were saying before, she can't get the messages as directly, they're obviously still coming in. This is the closest we've gotten so far.
Take me out.
Alex.
And there's no more time left.
He's dead too.
No. No. Okay. Okay, Alex Maines, I swear to God. So Alex is definitely there. Come on! But he's not wearing the necklace. That's not good. Unexpected?
It's good to see you, son. Our journey is just beginning.
Is that really his father, though?
I don't know. Okay.
And he found the glass, which is
Alex's. Why is he not wearing? Especially if that was part of a theory on how Alex is sending these messages to Maria. He couldn't have woken up and then been like, "Oh, Alex, what are you doing here?" And Alex could have said something cryptic. Like,
I'm not convinced that that is his father at all.
Maybe it's another.
Maybe
I don't think it's like. I don't think it's Theo who is alive. I think it's another one of those like projected, like message things. I need another minute to be angry about Alex. This is ridiculous.
So Alex is just, off walking?
No, I think he's somewhere in this underground cave.
He is. He definitely is. So.
And now they know where to look. Okay.
How?
Foster's Ranch.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is the crash site. But
they're gonna walk right into the hole? I mean,
maybe that's not the only entrance. Here's the next upsetting thing, is that now they are going to tell Michael what they have figured out, and they are now concerned that Alex is able to send these messages because maybe Alex is dead. And they're going to have to tell Michael that.
Who is dropping
Yeah, to be clear, I don't think that Alex is dead. But I understand why they are afraid that that would be the case. I am angry at how upset Michael is going to be. Having to think that he has spent days.
Oh, disappointed at himself 100%.
I'm going to cry. I'm so mad on his behalf.
Yeah.
So let's say they go there. Let's say they find Dallas with Alex's necklace, which of course is just going to make them continue to worry because, again, why isn't Alex wearing the necklace?
I think he's going to... Alex is down a corridor.
Yeah, I don't think that Alex is dead because I don't think that they would do that.
Well, they can't possibly because he fell into the same sinkhole that,
yes,
and where is Bonnie, but,
Yes, okay, so the sinkhole didn't kill him.
No, wait a second. I wonder if the father is Tesca.
But I don't, but what, no, because they put Tesca in, whether it was the Jones cage or, like, because Isabel said that she's, like, locked up. I don't think it's Tesca. Definitely glad we saw Rosa, but I kind of feel like is this the only Rosa we get all season? I mean, I hope she like comes home for an episode,
she's gonna
but
come home at the end of the
and save the day.
No.
What?
She's just gonna come home for the wedding.
Yeah.
You never know.
At this point, the last episode is gonna have to be like a year later, 2 years later, 5 years later.
Yeah.
Which, maybe it is. Like, I kind of hope it is. Like, I kind of hope that they, like, had two endings planned. Of, like, one is either, like, the season finale scenario or the series finale scenario. And that we'll get to see happy people. I'm so bummed. This is a downer of an episode.
Dig Me Out still doesn't... They didn't dig anyone out.
No, they did not. They got more people buried.
Dig Me Out should be for next week's.
Well, that's hoping that Alex is found next week.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking that if this is a pretty intricate series of underground caves, it leads somewhere. Like, I don't think the only way in or out is through that quicksand. But again, it's been
and I wonder
4 to 7 days, and Alex cannot have been just wandering the caves.
Ship could be in there too.
Yes. Maybe Alex is hanging out in the spaceship. Maybe
tinkering.
Maybe tinkering. Maybe he's sustained himself on the alien fruit. Maybe he'll eat enough of it where they can't go home. There's no more fuel. Alex ate all of it. What else does he have to eat? But Teska has not once mentioned him since capturing him. And, I mean, they are not very good researchers, but no one has tried to use Michael's boyfriend as some sort of bargaining chip. So do they even know who they have? Which they should, but they don't.
But they don't.
But they haven't used him. Like, you could use him as a bargaining chip without showing him.
The trio is so broken.
They're so fractured. I know, but like, Teska could do it. But she seems to have no interest in Michael, which makes no sense to me.
It doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense to me.
She's more interested in Liz than in Michael.
And I understand the possible benefit Liz could offer, like for whatever the plan is, which it has to be the alighting. It's not to go home. But come on. You have Jones's biological son, and we know that powers go through they're like they go through families. I don't want Michael to be used, but why aren't they trying? So that's something I want an answer to. That's an explanation that I think we need. Why no one seems to care at all that Michael is Jones's son. I also want that to somehow end up benefiting him. Like, he's able to either use, like, a power that he got from Jones or whatever.
Now, I looked up the word alighting.
Okay.
Alighting is to come down from something. Oh. Like, you're on a bus and you alight off of it. You come from, the bird is flying in the sky, yes, and it alights onto a branch.
How have I not looked this up before? So good job, Mom. Okay, so they're calling something down like from the sky.
Come down from something, such as a dismount. They alighted from the bus, or to deplane. You alight. You
yes.
You're transferring from something. You come down from something.
So I'm glad we know that, but that also sort of seems opposite to what they seem to have built
up to,
right,
to Oasis. So that's not it.
No, the alighting I think is separate from going home.
Yeah.
But this is as a sort of calling down or stepping down, whereas we had kind of been going toward the alighting is like an intensifying or like a signaling out to.
Yeah.
But that's not
what the word actually means.
So now that we know what that word means, what do we think the alighting is? We still have no idea.
But at least we've got
a way of thinking about it that we didn't have before.
Right.
Is Alex part of the alighting? Why would you need a human for an alien ceremony?
The atmospheric pressure thing was part of the alighting.
Yeah.
A step in it.
Yeah.
So it brought Alex to them. the atmosphere
Yeah.
pressure thing, but I mean it's.
But it's not like
they could have
humans
gotten
were.
him some other
But it's
way.
not. But Alex was there because he was following
the weather balloons.
Right. So it's not like those conditions would have attracted the closest by human to go toward there, because otherwise that would have happened. But Alex was there for a specific reason. It wasn't just like, oh, these conditions have drawn me to this spot for I don't know what reason. You know? I mean, on the one hand, I'm impressed that the alighting has been this like 4-year long, who knows what it is. And I kind of like that they've come back. They've like, circled around to something that was mentioned at like the end of season 1 of like, oh, I'm glad, just like for the full circle of it.
Do we have to wait to the very last episode to have it all put together? I guess so.
Probably. Well, even if, I'm hoping we may figure out what it is before we see it happen. Like if like Max and Liz and everyone else either are told or figure out what is going to happen before it happens, whether or not they can stop it. I do not think that they are going to end the show tragically. I think it's going to have a good, satisfying end. So how do they fix everything to get to that point? Because right now, it's not looking good. But I don't think that they're just gonna, I don't think it's just gonna be sad. Like, there may be, like, sad things, but I don't think that they would just, I don't think that they would do that. But I think that they were told at some point, and like, this could be wrong, but I think that they were told, prepare for the possibility that this is it. And given that, and even not given that, I don't think that I am just going to spend the last episode just bawling the entire time. But like, this episode does not feel good. So, okay. I need to end this reaction with our hopes for what we think will happen, and then we'll just be so thrilled when we get to the end of the series because all of them will have come true. Okay? So Kyle and Isabel are together and blissfully happy, and Max and Michael are both living on Earth, and someone proposes to someone. It's beautiful. It makes me cry. Max and Liz have figured things out, and Liz and Max proposes again because Liz said, promise me you'll ask again, and I will say yes. I think that's gonna happen. I am not sure we'll see a wedding unless they do the last half hour of like a year ahead, 3 years ahead, 10 years ahead, and we get to see everyone with Michael and Alex and their adorable adopted child. Oh my God. And then you'll see the Max and Liz wedding, and Dallas and Maria, presuming that they are not somehow related, maybe they'll be together. Maybe she's with Gregory Maines out of nowhere. Maybe he just comes back in like the flash forward at the end. I don't know. Arturo is a U.S. citizen. Rosa has her own art show opening at a beautiful gallery that the entire family attends. What else?
Sure.
What else? Who am I forgetting? Sonia and Eduardo have made up. Their relationship is better than it's ever been.
Any combination of that would be just peachy.
Yeah. That's what I need, though. Okay. I need to end it there, because I
let's not go any farther.
We'll see you next week.